If you've ever wondered how to actually reclaim your time and energy, well, I'll tell you right now, it does not start with your calendar. It starts with the science of optimized rest. So, in today's explainer, we're diving straight into the real biological mechanisms that dictate how we recover and, honestly, more importantly, how we can totally manipulate them to our advantage. Let's get into it.
We all know the absolute agony of 3 a.m. doom scrolling, right? You wake up groggy after 6 hours, your eyes are burning, your brain is totally fogged, and you're just sitting there wondering how that one friend or that crazy successful entrepreneur feels absolutely incredible on just 5 or 6 hours. You kind of have to ask yourself, how on earth are they doing it? Let me tell you, it's not magic, and it's definitely not elite genetics. It is literally just science.
For so long, we've been conditioned to measure our sleep with a stopwatch, completely obsessing over hitting that magic number of 8 hours. But here's the reality check. If those hours are low quality, the sheer quantity is completely irrelevant. It's all about sleep efficiency. It is entirely about how perfectly your brain moves through its natural sleep cycles, rather than just, how long you lie there staring at the ceiling.
So here's what we're breaking down today. 1. The myth of more sleep. 2. Mastering your sleep cycles. 3. The pre-sleep shutdown sequence. 4. The perfect wake-up routine. 5. Some next-level sleep hacks. And 6. Using sleep as an actual performance tool.
Starting with Section 1, the myth of more sleep, why 9 hours can still leave you completely exhausted.
Look, the data shows that things like late-night blue light exposure, lingering daily stress, and caffeine chaos absolutely destroy the architecture of your sleep. Every single time your phone buzzes or your cortisol spikes because you're stressing about tomorrow, your brain is violently yanked out of its restorative stages. So yeah, you might be physically lying in that bed for 9 hours, but functionally, you are starving your body of actual rest. Our goal here isn't just accumulating time under the covers. It's about maximizing the biological value of every single hour.
Moving on to Section 2, Mastering Your Sleep Cycles, the 90-minute biological rhythm.
Your brain basically cycles through distinct stages every 90 minutes. It goes from light sleep down into deep sleep and then back up into REM sleep. Our primary goal is to maximize the deep and REM portions of that cycle. Stanford studies actually show that irregular sleep schedules completely confuse the brain, making those vital deep sleep windows way shorter and lighter. Consistency is the secret sauce that perfectly aligns these cycles.
Think of deep sleep as your physical mechanic. It aggressively repairs the body, rebuilds your muscles, and absolutely supercharges your immune system. REM sleep, on the other hand, well, that's your mental mechanic. It recharges the brain, locks in memories, boosts your focus, and sparks that elite creativity. You absolutely need both functioning at their peak if you want to perform at a high level.
Because these cycles run in these exact 90-minute loops, waking up right in the middle of one is what makes you feel so groggy. It's literally like unplugging your computer while it's at 99% on a software update. So tonight, instead of just setting your alarm for some random time, try doing the math. Count backwards in 90-minute blocks from when you actually need to wake up. Aim for 4.5, 6, or 7.5 hours. And yeah, you've got to maintain this even on weekends to train your circadian rhythm to release melatonin completely on autopilot.
All right, Section 3, the pre-sleep shutdown sequence. How to actually signal your nervous system that it is time to rest.
This right here is the 3-2-1 method. It's a 60-minute power-down preparation sequence for highly efficient rest. 3 hours before bed, you cut the heavy meals so your body isn't burning precious energy on digestion when it should be dropping its core temperature. 2 hours before, you cut the work and the stress so your cortisol naturally drops. And 1 hour before, absolutely zero screens, none. During that final screen-free hour, you want to use specific activities to forcefully signal your nervous system to power down. Dim the lights to a nice warm hue. Do some gratitude journaling or a quick meditation. Put on a really calm playlist, ideally sitting right around 60 to 80 beats per minute, or just do some light stretching. You literally have to tell your body, hey, it is time to rest.
Section 4, the perfect wake-up routine. How to banish grogginess in just minutes.
Okay, before you even think about touching your phone to check those overnight emails, which, let's be real, you can't control anyway, get outside into the morning light. Just 10 minutes of sunlight exposure instantly resets your circadian rhythm, violently suppresses any leftover melatonin, and gives a massive boost to your serotonin. That's your mood, motivation, and alertness hormone. Your brain literally wakes up naturally.
Now, if you wake up feeling incredibly heavy, that's what we call sleep inertia. Don't hit snooze.
hit action. Movement like just doing 20 push-ups or some jumping jacks, combined with washing your face with freezing cold water, will clear that sleep inertia and absolutely skyrocket your energy in just 3 minutes. That physical shock boosts dopamine and noradrenaline, getting you instantly into gear.
Let's look at Section 5. Next Level Sleep Hacks. Advanced Optimization for High Performers. First up on the hack list, caffeine timing. You absolutely must cut caffeine after 2 p.m. Why? Because caffeine actively blocks adenosine, which is the chemical buildup in your brain that naturally makes you feel sleepy. The huge catch here is that caffeine has a massive half-life. It keeps actively roaming your system for a staggering 6 to 8 hours.
So you might be thinking, oh, I sleep just fine after an afternoon espresso. But functionally, you're totally robbing yourself of physical recovery without even realizing it. That lingering caffeine drops your restorative deep sleep by up to 30%. 30%! That completely undermines your body's ability to heal itself.
Next, you want your bedroom to feel way more like a bat cave than a cozy living room. Keep the temperature cold, between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius. Make sure it's pitch black or just wear a really high-quality sleep mask. And use white noise or insist on pure, total silence. A colder and darker room scientifically triggers significantly more deep sleep. If your mind is just racing with endless to-dos the second you hit the pillow, your brain is stuck in awake mode, which is dominated by fast beta waves. Doing a mental declutter, literally just dumping all those racing thoughts onto a piece of paper before bed, transitions your brainwaves right into relaxed alpha and theta waves. And that is the exact cognitive state required to fall into deep, restorative sleep.
Now, if your environment is completely dialed in, but you're still struggling, you can support your nervous system without relying on heavy pharmaceuticals by adding targeted supplements. Low magnesium directly equals poor sleep quality, so things like magnesium glycinate and ashwagandha tea before bed can naturally calm your nervous system. But hey, as always, be smart about it and consult a doctor first before adding any new supplements to your daily routine.
Finally, Section 6, Sleep as a Performance Tool, the mindset shift that honestly changes everything. We live in this incredibly toxic hustle culture that practically brags about surviving on 4 hours of sleep. But true high performers, they know that sleep is not a weakness. It is literally your ultimate performance tool. You simply cannot pour from an empty brain. Success isn't about who grinds the latest into the night. It's about who wakes up the very next day, clear, calm, and hyper-focused.
Once you train your body to rest deeply, you'll suddenly realize you don't actually need more hours in the day. You just need vastly better energy for the hours you already have. So based on the science we've unpacked today, what is the one habit you are going to ruthlessly eliminate tonight to finally start sleeping smarter? Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.